Hello everyone, Blue here, worship pastor of Victory Pampanga. Kumusta na kayo lahat? It's been, I think, day 38 of our enhanced community quarantine, which means it has been more than a month na tayo ay naka-stay at home, naka-work at home. But there are those people na who serve our community, yung ating mga frontliners, and we salute you for what you do. You are living proof na not all superheroes wear capes. So, sa lahat ng ating mga frontliners, God bless you all. May God's protection be with you always. Well, you know what guys, today is Thursday, and just like we do every Thursday since the enhanced community quarantine started, we spent time learning from the Word and we lift up to God ang ating mga prayer requests. My prayer is that during this time of quarantine, gamitin natin to learn more from God and to develop our relationship with Him. For the past 5 weeks, we've been going through the book of Joshua, and this is the 6th part of that series. So for the next few minutes, I invite everybody to stick around and let's hear from God, His message for us today. So tara na! In Joshua chapter 18, we could read that Israel was finally able to control the land of Canaan. Lahat ng mga major oppositions nila, natalo na nila. So what Joshua began to do was he began to assign yung mga territories to the different tribes of Israel para tuluyan na nilang makonquer ng buo yung pinramis na inheritance ni God sa kanila. However, 7 tribes out of the 12 did not respond and claim yung mga inheritance nila. So this prompted Joshua to stop the allotment process, and he began to rebuke these 7 tribes. And he says in Joshua chapter 18 verse 3, "How long will you wait before you begin to take possession of the land that the Lord, the God of your fathers, have given you?" Ngayon, bakit kaya nila hindi kiniklaim yung binigay ni God sa kanila na inheritance? Was it because they were afraid to fight for the land? Was it because they disagreed with the way that Joshua proportioned their inheritance? Maybe some of them did not have that big a faith to believe that God will be with them as they possess their lands. Or maybe some of them, they were just lazy to do their part. Siguro iniisip nila, if this is really for us, everything will just fall into place. But you know what? Regardless of their reasons for not claiming the promise of God for them, one thing is for sure. They were missing out on what God has prepared for them because they refused to have faith, to move forward with boldness, to claim what God has already prepared for them. And you know what? A lot of people in this modern day could fall into the same trap, especially nowadays na naka-confine lang tayo in our houses or wherever we are. And napaka-easy mag-worry, it's so easy to fear, it's so easy to be anxious. And you could just, give up on the promises of God for your life. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 35 and 36 tells us that let's not throw away our confidence, but instead, let us endure in doing the will of God so that in the proper time, we will receive the promise. So, ikaw, ano ba ang mga pumipigil sa'yo sa pag-move mo forward with God? And what's stopping you from receiving what He has already prepared for you? Maybe some of you will answer this COVID-19, itong ECQ na nangyayari ngayon, itong lockdown na nangyayari ngayon, these are the things that are stopping me from pursuing the promises of God. And yes, these are the trials that we face today. And it is true, some of our movement may have been hindered because of this quarantine and this pandemic. But there are still a lot of things that we could do even from our home. Pwede tayo mag-pray. We could think of new ideas. We could hone our skills. We could be so creative. There's so many things that we can do. We just need to ask God's wisdom. Look, I just want to encourage you before we go. Sabi po sa James chapter 1, verse 2 to 4, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. For you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing." So I just want to encourage everybody today. Pag dumaan tayo sa trials, let's face it with pure joy. Let's not let our faith waver. Let's not give up. And let us not settle for anything less than what God has prepared for us. Alright, so now I would like to invite everybody to join us as we pray for our prayer points. I'll be flashing our prayer points on the screen, and then maybe you could just pause the video for a while, or maybe you could take a screenshot of the prayer points and then you could start to pray for them. Okay? Here they are. For this week. I do want to invite you next week for the 7th and final part of our series in the book of Joshua. In the meantime, do stay safe, stay healthy. God bless you all, and see you around.